not experience hair loss. You have no idea. Hold on. Somebody sent me this. Chat. Fivio Foreign, first of all, has been released from prison. Second of all, I didn't even know he was locked up. I didn't even know bro was locked up. But I feel like Fivio is the type of rapper, right? At this point in his career, that like we all collectively understand doesn't have it mentally. You know what I mean? He like the rap So Illuminati, but at least So Illuminati gave you funny moments or something like that. So I guess he's not the rap So Illuminati. Who would he be? Maybe there was no comparison. He's just like a one of one original. Will he go to jail for? I don't know. Apparently he was locked up for like mad long, and I don't know for what. I don't know for what. I heard he was released, and I'm like, I didn't even know they caught him.
Just say my. All right, let me just say one.
First of all, having a microphone, 2 microphones at that, in the same room with Fivio Foreign and Jim Jones in 2025 is one of the most crazy settings I've ever seen in my life. That's one of the most insane things I think I've ever seen.
What I feel.
Microphone with these 2 in a room is a scary sight. Talking about feelings.
I grew up with niggas like Sosa.
Hold on.
Gino. And I'm not saying that the man is wacky. He's not a legend. He's been named.
Wait, who is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about Nas. Wow.
Been out for years. Look at a song.
Okay, we gotta preface it like this. You about to say some wild shit. Okay.
Gino. And I'm not saying that the man is wacky. He's not a legend. He's been out for years. So I got a song with the nigga, and I got a song on the album. Album got a Grammy, but I can't sit there and say a Nas bar to you or a song. I like One Mic, or like a song that's like.
But I can.
It's just not me.
So, but I understand. So that's what I want the people to know. Like, but I can, cause Nas was my era. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Nas was my era. Like I came up fucking with Nas. Like we knew I.
I don't know what that means. How much older is Jim Jones than Fivio? I can see if he was talking to like a 25-year-old rapper. Fivio like 36, right?
Know the Nas shit, you know? But moving forward, I started a whole new era and a whole new genre and a generation of people that.
How old is Jim Jones? Fivio 35. Jim Jones like 89. Bro, can y'all start being honest with the ages so I can really get a deduction or like a real like interpretation of shit? Jim Jones. I put Jum Jones. Oh my god. Yo, I got a whole different nigga, man. He 49. That means he was 14 years old when Fivio was born. First of all. Second of all, that would mean Jim Jones was popping around the time he was like, Fivio was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What else was you listening to at this time? Like, Nas was still around at this time. I'm confused. That ain't to say that you gotta listen to Nas by default, though. Nas 51? I wasn't even looking at Nas' age.
Yeah, but I just be doing me, but I'm just telling you how that was. So now that we on that type of shit.
But he is around the same age.
So who were some of your biggest influences as rappers coming up? Like, who made you feel like you wanted to become a rapper? Who was some of the people that you wanted to dress like? Like, let me hear some of that, because that's the essence of what makes a nigga become a basketball player, or what makes a nigga become, like, who was that for you?
I'm gonna keep it real. I was infatuated with it. With Chief Keef in Chicago.
Wait, what, bro? Why they paying down to the Ricks, man? All right, Chief Keef. Chief Keef just turned 30. He was 30 calling Chief Keef big bro. Bro, stop. Nah, that means that Chief Keef was about 18, 19. Fivio was... That's fine, though. That's not a crazy thing. But when they say, like, ooh, and it's the way that he asked the question and the way he answering it that make him look bad. It's like, I looked up to the nigga, and it's like, damn, dude, you can't say that.
Chicago.
It's not bad to get influenced by somebody younger than you, though. But it's just the way he's saying it make it seem like, nah, I really thought he was like, yeah, he was my one. He was big bro for real.
The shit was... The
shout out
shit,
to Chief.
the shit was so... It was
I became
just
a
like...
rapper because I wanted to dress like Jim Jones said no one ever.
Jim Jones had... He had the sauce back then. I don't know if niggas was modeling how they dressed after him because I wasn't paying attention like that, but Jim Jones was Jim fucking Jones, my nigga. Like, at the end of the day, like, don't get carried away. He was still one of them ones for a minute. For a cool little minute.
Chief Keef DID all what TF he did before 30?
Oh, you saw that tweet too? Name 5 Jim Jones songs? I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game with niggas. I'm just not.
It was crazy. I liked it. Meek Mills. Pain was crazy. I loved Dipset. Jim Jones, Joel Santana.
You gotta say that because he in front of you. Like, what else you gonna say? You gonna not mention Dip? He asked the question with that in mind. Keep in mind, you're not dressed like him at all. You got a Cuban. Ooh, he don't have a Cuban on. All right, bet. I'ma just chill though. Nah, Jim Jones one of those ones. If you under 35, Jim might stink as a rapper, but he had it on. Jim Jones was not ass, bro. Jim Jones has some records, bro. Stop. I'm not gonna name him, but like he had some. Jim Jones didn't have his own line of clothes. He was wearing a rapper's clothing lines. I'm not saying he didn't, but there's still a way that you can rock certain shit that'll influence people over time. Is all I'm saying. I don't know if I had to become a rapper who my style would have been influenced after. I'm struggling to think about anybody. I don't think it ever happened. And I don't mean that I never wanted to look like or be like somebody, but like I don't think that moment ever happened in my whole life where I was like, yeah, I gotta be this person. I never thought that. Leave us 5 years alone. Wait, what you talking about? Jim Jones look like he sniffs the air a little too hard when he farts. Bruh. If you under 35, Dipset would have been one of your biggest influences, and Jim led that charge for sure. We can't front on that. That's what I'm saying. Harlem felt ASAP. Ferguson was smooth, bro. Nigga said, wait, you modeled the way you dressed after Kanye? Nah. I ain't get my dress code from nobody. That's crazy. Yeah, no, that shit never happened. I never wanted to look like a rapper? Damn. That's tough. Like I said, wasn't you trying to force us to sniff a candle? What that got to do with anything? Okay, Chrome Hearts. You know how long Chrome Hearts has been a thing? Are you crazy? 50 Cent? Nah. I never wanted to dress like no entertainer. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look at me. Many men, many men wish dick upon me, Lord, I don't cry no more.